late afternoon to join us in celebration for the victory for State Senator Susan Pa. Before we start, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Chua Chang. I have the privilege to work on State Senator Susan Pa's campaign, and it's also an honor to be able to introduce many of the folks who made this victory possible. So if you haven't found a seat, go ahead and help yourself, but we will get started. I just want to call to the stage our first speaker, and our first speaker is Patan Lo Pa Society, Zong Du Lo and Patan Zong Du Lo. If you guys could come to the stage. Please give them a round of applause.
Trong xưa này, nên cho nên thật sự cho cái gì tôi là phần nó chỉ sinh xuất đời, nu nó giờ inu yên đời sinh sản xuất cái yên khoa này, để học cái môi yên nó bị hẹp cái tí nữa, bị chế sinh lâu sinh pha, cú giờ tí đồng có, cú sẽ chế đời, bị chế cái tí sinh lâu sinh pha, cú sau này sẽ là chồng này, giờ vì món này, thì đi mua cũng chồng nu nó, giờ vì món này, senator rồi giờ niệm cho xuất sản cái yên pha. Thì mua nó nó, cú sau này cho anh họ chỉ ông cứ đi trâu cái gì à, cho cái trâu anh tôi dù ya thâu lò nên trâu, họ nó tôi chỉ tao cơ nên chỉ cái trâu đằng đây thì bây giờ cho bây giờ mong nó đào tù, giờ nó theo nó họ chỉ đằng đây nó nên anh họ chỉ nên ông cứ đi nên tôi họ lúc tôi chơi nó nên chỉ cái trâu bây giờ là chủ yếu bây giờ mong rồi giờ ít tôi thay đổi từ cái lò kia ya ba bây giờ cú sa đến đây trâu đằng đó. Especially nu nó giờ bây giờ mong nè, nên cho anh họ chỉ ông cứ đi nên chỉ cho chơi, giờ vì mỗi ngày lúc xưa Susan, Senator Susan cái những bà thì yên lúc trong nó là rộng nó, trong bé nu nó chỉ là người là yên, cú sa khéo nên cho anh họ chỉ thì nu nó bé sẽ là yên, cú sa cái bé một thế ít trong nó đó, Senator Susan cái những bà này.
Nó biết tao nó tao chữ là hôm nay sẽ được tua celebrate, giờ nó cho tu chạy lùa giống món nó chữ toàn đề, bây giờ sau này ý dạng của nó nè, mà giờ lên đó cũng thọ chờ nó bây giờ who's State Senator Susan Pa is coming over here to the state and bây giờ present bây đại plan congratulations to you, bây giờ cho Captain Sanu present đó welcome here.
Thành giờ mấy tuổi nó mấy chục củ sả đàn nó giống mua luôn giống mua học một pin nó chế cho này nó sẽ lấy ra số tự phá các chục từ đó có học cái khối mua học một pin chính xác lần một chút cái gì cả rồi làm một từ là cái cái gì à củ sáng để thọ con khi ta lấy nó lo lắng để nó phát thanhว่าจัวก็รอเที่ยก็อย่าต้องหนุนเที่ยไม่รู้นั่นหรือก็เที่ยขอรอผมว่าเป็นชอบอะไรเราให้เที่ย President to Senator Susan Pa speak straight 38 we are on your Senate victory. In recognition of your leadership and accomplishment, thank you from the Hmong American National Chairman Association, Inc. Có cho các bạn nhận nói pro mà cũng chính xác là mà cho nó cho nên một tua đến đây tôi là hai tới là rộng sơ chứ với cho nó giả cho nên là thành nên là chứ bê lu cộng hợp dù ở mình cho có thì thân có thì thân là có cái gì gì nữa thank you.
Có những bao hay là cái kiến nó chú nó được chung ý, thứ nhì là sử dụng công nghệ đó nông món đồอยู่tại tà lý hiện chỉ tao soอยู่trên này chỉ bỏอยู่do mỏ trở ta chỉ có là lại phải nói thìอยู่ตอนหลานเราเลยเนาะอยู่chỉ bốc khi tèเนี่ยchỉ khiอยู่làอยู่là tao là hai cái này là cái chỉ dùng gì nè thì là sẽ có tao là thì có tao là có chủ cho có hay thì có dòng mông đấy đó là serve có district very diverse thì chỉ có con dòng trong thì có dòng mông thế con do thì có dòng mông là chỉ do lịch già vì thì có dòng mông là chỉ luật tết thọ cho con là có tao tặng luật tết cho con thọ cho con có tặng một do luật tết là chỉ số một cái luật tặng để bên mông hải này rồi chủ kia họจะตัดไปสักต่อนะก็ตัดจะต่อยก็ตรงระยะเท่ากับตรงเสียเท่าvì thì cóจะมั่วเขา re-election ก็จะต้องการจำแนกนะจะไปบ้านเราไปเจอจอก็แต่สิ่งใดอย่างน้องเตี้ยก็ต้องรังการรถไฟซึ่งจะไปต้องการรถไฟแล้วก็เที่ยวซื้อนะก็ต้องการรถไฟไปที่จุดรถไฟแล้วก็ไปจนเราจะบ้านก็เท่านั้นก็จะไปสิ่งหัวหือจะพุ่งจะยืนจนเราจะจื้อเนี่ยเราจะช่วยกันสุดตัวเลยบ้านก็ once you are elected it's harder to lose so Susan Pa forever so Susan Pa woo congratulations Susan yeah
Ủa nhung xe cha hay tiề sắp mày này nó bên mua tê tồn xài là nhà tê tồn nhà chế mua bán sử dùng lấy bên mua ở bên tồn xài nó nói nhau kêu cho xuống rừng pha cô thật cho cái lần thức cô sáng rút thì nói vậy xuống rừng thầu cú lùa đi xuống rừng cú yêu bắt tham cầu học bắt nhạc mong xuống rừng nhá quý tu bột khéo hậu lửa kì cô chỉ ăn trong hai tia thầu nữa là nó cũng khéo cầu học nên mê ra nhà nó nữa lo cha cô là nên lúc này nó cũng dùng xe hai tia nữa khó bán sự nên là khéo ý tung bố nhau còn học bao nhiêu nên sao mà cởi khó ít cái xe rủ khó cái sao ở nơi giờ là quay tu cho liền luôn nó cô thổi lên sẽ tập qua đi đóng cúi nó xe tại đây con chào
bây giờ thì nó cho cái tí để rồi này chụp bao hạt thì số dân thiên được gì cho chế lại đi cha số dân được gì là giờ ít chế năng rong ít chế năng quan nọ quan chữ và chùa và thằng ra chùa gì giờ ít tu cô tu trò phát kỳ tao một trò tu trò America đã bắt bỏ qua nếu như giờ lo là cha chế rong thầu số dân là tao và chùa tao số dân gõ ở tuần nên giờ ở tuần cho ở trong một rong lo là ở trên nên rong lo có thể là sĩ chơi sinh là bao lâu nên mua năm mua hậu là chân tôi đầu thầu số dân là tao vẫn nào với chữ số dân là vẫn nào với chữ chơi bên mong luôn mình mỏ luôn chơi luôn mua là tao nên tao là qua nơi in lên giờ tụ tao vẫn nào thì sẽ bên mong sẽ để tao chơi tao mua ra nơi tí gì hay là bên trong mong này nào nên sẽ là cho cái bom nên cho cái chơi số dân nên chỉ có cái sao cụ sĩ lúc đầu lúc rồi đại bá nên tôi muốn bảo đồ này mà cụ này ở chỉ cụ long xe theo ở cho nên cho cái chơi cái ngà
lúc nào giờ inu bé long xe thì chú sinh kinh cầu thì bé tổ của nó dễ bị nhờ bé mua ít tu senator là giờ ít tu xài mong để mua bản sự là một dân ít học sĩ là ít tu senator nhau cho họ bé lúc stay ở Minnesota nó thì bé long xe kinh cầu thì one day sự chỉ để mong của gì say của xã thọ congratulation đầu senator của giảm pha thì bắt thà bắt chuột người giờ thì biết thông qua tên người giờ cái cô điện gì giờ cô mua trong chuyện gì thì mua cái lu rồi biết chọn mong số nào cho nên số tụ nhớ cho họ biết lu stay ở Minnesota nó hiện giờ như thế là một cho họ lựa nó là một bài biết chọn mong số nàoไอ้คนน้อยยังคอยจงขึ้นก่อนไปจงมองสุดาคนจังเชียเดี๋ยวไปสุดาสุดาสุดตู้จีให้เจ้าเนี่ยเจ้าสุดตู้มาเกี่ยงเชียอันเท่านี้เราต้องเป็นกุศลตัวคนน้อยอย่างตัวใช้côngเสริมมองเท่า trong Senator Susan Pa thiên là chuyện này hay tiệt nó nói là tàu luôn bề hay tiệt tu Senator vậy nó bề lo kinh gạo ít tuần nọ không lo kinh gạo nhưng nó biết sinh được sự tạ nào ấy là hiện tại bây giờ sang tôi còn nói rằng tôi sẽ công chân Hmong trong nữ thiên chuyện này Senator Susan Pa thiên bắt thà bắt chùa thiên là chuyện này hay tiệt nó nói cái tàu lúc công luôn bề là lúc công luôn bề nó giờ là bỏ phù cái chuyện này giờ là sớm cả chuyện này giờ là sớm cả việcที่มีอยู่กับตัวใจจะเกี่ยวกับให้เราจะเกี่ยวกับมันเป็นมองอย่างเช่นที่มองตาทองยังสิ่งสุดท้ายเนาะตัว blast รู้เบรู้ท้ายดอกที่ senator ตัวก็ที่เจนเองก็ตัวจะเกี่ยวกับมัน
อย่าเป็นเจมองไม่ตุนนะเจให้ยอมเป็นมองเก่งกึกยอมรู้ที่เจออเมริกาลามิสุดท้ายอย่าพูดจุมาลาที่ท้าขวบเป็นในไทยหลวงโอ้ในยอดฐานในทุกเกณฑ์เชิงนั้นเช่นเจ้าพระก็ต้องเป็นพระบาทสุดถึงป้าสุดถึงไปจะเซ็นเตอร์ไปอ่ะที่มองหลอกของก็จอมจีเป้าหรือมองหลอกของก็ปั๊บจีเป้าหรือมองจอมในจีเป้าหรือมองไอ้ปัญหาหรือไม่การหลอกของเขาเราอยู่กับเพลงแล้วก็รู้นั่นแต่กูฮะเป็นเจตัวนั้นเราจะเป็นจุมาลาชิละกูสร้างคนนี้นะกูสร้างแบบก้อนหนาแต่อย่างที่ลูกเสือเนาะไอ้กูยังไม่ขอของปลีปุ๊บนะแต่สีอ่อนเด็กกูมาหมดทุกคนก็น่าจะอยู่ที่บนต้นยอดจุดไม่ถูกมองฟังก็การเลยคนนี้ตัวน่ะก็นั่นก็การกูจะยกของปลีแต่ก็รู้กูยังไม่ใจตัวจอหนอตัวจื้อว่าเล่นหนักแต่อยู่ที่อยู่เศร้าหนก
เนื้อกาอย่างยังพาใช้มงฟัง他选用发射มงท่อเอาหน่าจะกว่ามึงทอดอ่ะ
อาจารย์อันนั้นนะลูกกี้หนูมองเราอเมริกันแม่มารีเดียลูกแม่ฟิตติ้งท้าโคกันสั่งก็มองดูกันลูกน้องก็ไม่ตื่นใจเป็นเช่นเราที่ตัวนั้นเจริญแต่ท้าโคแต่กูรู้กี้หนูอยากกินกูดูจังmột trò trò đó có ở tí lộ gì tí nó nồng nó cả hai nhiều rồi còn đến đấy sản này thì để có bao nhiêu có tồn tại nó hai nhiều rồi chưa có một lời có họ sử dụng này cô giờ cái cho linh chẳng để cô thảo tổ phục có một cỏ on nè thảo có tàuอยู่ประมาณลูกกี่เลย小户小心，那干啥要种眉毛？哎，老师，这拿着手人牌，搞来嘛，今年一plan，记住，我叫做搞，搞有一种人真正有那被忙碌少搞，搞几只只要我怕我老多老实了。ไม่ว่าหนอมาโอหนาชนะนะชนะเอกมุจจอทุกก็ที่นู้นนมองก็นอกการหันยองใส่ลูกผู้ชีกูอีหลิงที่นอกหันยองโอเคไม่ยังเหลือก็เจก็ยืนที่เซนันเตอร์กูอย่าพัฒนามาเท่ากูเท่าขัวก็โมก็มองโมจบก็รอแต่มองรับฟังเราจอลุต้องจอลุต่อมาต่อเจมองต้องฟังเกออนอถือเช่าหูเช่าเสกกูยังไหนจะตีกูสั่งกูมองตรงก็ก็สุดที่ตรงก็ไม่ได้มีที่อยู่ตกใจอยู่ประมาณในเพราะว่าเปล่าลงไปจริงแล้วจะหมดเลยช้าๆนอกการยอมยอมนะ
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure you've all figured out why it was so easy for me to walk away and endorse Senator Susan Pa to replace me. She's done a phenomenal job, and I'm very impressed and very pleased. She's followed the tradition of Senator Shives and Luther. We do amazing things in this district to represent a very diverse community. And I'm very proud to have been one of those who did so. The trifecta has been incredible in the Senate, and they've done everything from codifying reproductive health rights to banning race-based hair discrimination, to mandating Minnesota utilities transition to carbon-free energy, and the bill restoring voting rights to people still on parole or probation. Also a bill allowing undocumented residents to get driver's licenses, so now people can drive with insurance. And free breakfast and lunch in public schools for our children. We're also a bill, we had a bill passed that we're a refugee state for transgender people and protecting them from legal repercussions for traveling in Minnesota. And banning conversion therapy. I mean, I could go on and on. This has been just such an incredible session so far. And there's more to come. I understand from Senator Rest that there's the biggest ever tax break coming. And we have a good agriculture bill coming, and we have, I don't know, it's incredible. And Susan's not the first Hmong woman I supported for Senate. I also supported Mia Moa, and back in, I don't know, I think she left in 2011. But she was a good friend of mine, and I also campaigned for her back then. So, and I worked for Samantha Vang too. But I'm so excited about the opportunities that have happened in the legislature as our legislature's gotten more diverse. It's overdue, and the impact has been incredible. And I wish that I had the ability to run a business, have a baby, run for Senate, and walk in those shoes. My God. So I'm very proud of you, Susan. Thank you so much for all the hard work. And there is a life after the Senate, though. So thank you all for coming today. Susan deserves all the accolades.
Thank you so much, Chrissy, again. Next to stage, I want to call an amazing woman. She was our campaign manager, Linda Freeman.
Good afternoon. I also want to thank everybody for coming here today, but I really also want to thank our campaign team and all of our volunteers and supporters. I had several pages of notes because I wanted to thank each volunteer and supporter individually, but then it was like 4 hours long. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to condense my thanks to everybody that helped with the campaign. I was just so amazed at how our volunteers and supporters kept showing up time and time and time again. Like I was feeling guilty about asking them to door knock one more time, and they'd still show up. And I was just so impressed and so honored to be part of that team. We have such a strong campaign team. We work so well as a cohesive unit, and that really helps add to our success of the campaign. But obviously, what made us the most successful is having an amazing candidate to run a campaign, and she was Senator Susan Pa. I love saying Senator Susan Pa. She's got like the brain of a project manager. She's so organized, she's hardworking, she's got the heart of a diplomat, she listens to people. She will listen to opposing point of view. She's like exactly what we need in the Senate. And so it's been such an honor to be part of your campaign. And so thank everybody. Everybody in this room, you played some part that helped add to the success of her winning. So you have like, what, two and a half years to rest before we ramp up again. So thank you so much for your support. We couldn't have done it with all of you, without all of you, and thank you.
còn nó là cái chuyện qua cho mình phương nữa biết qua cho mình có qua to hơn trong nó thứ gì đấy thì đi nào nè qua đi nào
bây giờ buồn xe sẽ phản bây giờ số dân phật tha gì là nhàn bây giờ là chém tha ta chỉ sai một phản ta chỉ bên mà ta quaประธานrồi chém một phản sao thọ họ ta nặngกันthọ họกูจะมาจุฬาดาวกูถอดไม่ได้เขาจะจอดเนาะฮะกูหาไปรู้ตัวทุกสายหาตัวบ่กูน้องชาเกิดแต่กูอยากก็หนาหาก็จีกูน้องชากูมองกูอยู่ต่อก็รู้มั่วเป็นสื่อรู้ต่อกูที่นั่นจ้าจับตัวเชี่ยวชาญจับตัวเป็นเสกกูรู้ชาแต่กูอยากกันกันจีนั่นตั้งแต่ว่าจุกก็นู่นเจ้าก็เสือเป็นเจ้ามองสุดตัวสปอร์ตเป็นรู้แสงแสบผมจะตามเลยจะเป็นตอนนั้นจุดจบชัดสู้ๆแค่เก๋เป็นมองจุดเก๋บนอจุก็ไม่สุดเลยว่าตั้งใจละหัวเสือใช้เจ้าเป็นมงกุฎรงใช้ไม่สุดเจ้าก็ยอมก็เป็นจังคือตู้กียาวต่อกันเนาะพวกจุกเกศจีชั่วพวกชายเจ้าตัวเมตตาตัวเมลือก็เป็นมงจุกเกศคนเราชื่อชายจุกตาจุกกันมานี่ตัวคนเนาะตัวเจ้าเลยหรอเจ้าก็ชอบนะชอบพูดกับบัวจุกเกศเนาะชอบพูดกับรู้กูท้อเป็นที่นั่นพอบอกจุกคือมุกมงก็เจ้าก็เสียตัวเจ้าเป็นแต่ที่เฉยก็จุดตือจากเป็นเส้นจากก็จุดตือยิ่งมัวนามัวเขาจิตใจจิตเทตาวหน้าตาวจืดจุกเก่งฉันทุกคนรู้อย่าเล่นแต่ถ้าก็รู้ป้าฝืนเป็นจามองคือนู่นน่ะมันจุดอันนั้นจืดก็ปวดจมัวโอ้ยังจืดก็ตาวจงก็จวบก็ขาก็เป็นรูปแบบจมัวจงก็ชิบตังชิบสาวก็พอจ้าหน่อยจะพี่เด็กไปจ้ามองดูเนี่ยแกนักแค่ทงจุกแกนักแค่ชื่อจะเป็นแต่สิข้าวตาก็เป็นจ้ามองเจียวก็เตาฉันว่ามันเป็นสิ่งที่ถูกกว่าลูกฉันว่านะไอ้ผู้รู้สาวเลยน้องเสือ
Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, honored guests. Today we gather to celebrate a very special occasion and honor a truly special individual. This generous person that we know, she calls me her personal hero, for being, for having fought in Iraq and now being a nurse during the height of the pandemic. But she doesn't know she's my hero. She's my personal hero.
One story I want to tell about Susan is that she was always the first in our family to introduce things. I remember the first time she ever introduced Christmas to us. She told us that we had to wait till the next morning for opening our gifts, and we cried to our mom, and our mom said that yes, you can open it at Nayav, and she was so sad. But I know that she always is the first to always try to introduce things. She's always looking for new things to always want to do and have a lot of dreams. And I think this is the biggest thing she's done yet, and she's got more. So.
And we also present to you the pin trusted by the President of the United States and past presidents alike for signing bills into law. There you go.
So while my family is still up here, I just want to introduce all of you. You know, sometimes when people say, Susan, I know you keep saying you have like 8 brothers and sisters, and you have like 16 brothers and sisters in total with all your step family too, and where are they? And it's because they live in California. I only have one sister that lives here with me, but I do want to introduce my brothers that are here and my sister-in-laws that are here. I've got my oldest brother, Zane, and his wife, Yuki. I've got my middle brother, Wayne, and his wife, Olivia. And then I've got my youngest brother, Pei, and his wife, Bachia. And then I've got, of course, my sister. Everybody knows her. She's the one that lives with me up here. And then my brother-in-law, John Wayne. And all of my Fang family. I can't say how much I appreciate every single one of you. You're my family on my side, and you've always been such a huge support for me. You've always been there for me whenever I needed you, and the fact that you guys are all here today means the world to me. So thank you to every one of you, and thank you for these beautiful gifts.
Okay, then I will call Senator Susan Pa to the stage.
All right, everyone. Thank you for staying with us through all of this program. I will tell you. I have so many people I wish could speak, and we jam-pack as many as we can, and I wish we had more time to put more people up here, because every single one of our speakers, every single one of you are the reason why I got elected to the Senate. I want to thank all my speakers for coming in today, for all your wonderful and kind words. I want to thank each and every single one of you in the audience, because you and I have a special relationship. Each one of us have been part of each other's lives, whether they were family, friends, colleagues, or we worked on this campaign together. But thank you so much for coming. My husband's rounding up my kids so that you can get to know them and see them. Now you guys know I have a new baby, right? So she's going to be joining us on stage, and I would love to introduce you to her. She's almost 4 months old, and a lot of you have not met her yet, but a lot of you have already met all my other 4 kids. So Neng Xiong to everyone, Xiong xia chap lo hai de nu no ni to kong ku. Nu no ya in no e be wo pu mon no na chi o to ku te xia o to lo o chong lo ja tin to ba chau ku lu campaign. Vì mỗi cái tin là cái bác sau chập là bên lúc nào bên thấy những cái hạt sen này xí, cú hạt speech cái cú thả ra cái tin là bác cú sa cú hạt speech thả ra cú na, so mỗi last cái này thì nó cú để sẽ cú finish, là tôi cho nó thua lên thua tụ, còn để bên là move on to hockey để cái bên đưa nó mà, trong xe thì tôi cho nó này để sẽ cú thọ này cú để xong mà một chế nó ok, nó bên nhỏ nó bên khi để ta đi mà nó mà một chế. Let me see my husband's any closer to getting my kids up here. Okay. How about I was going to talk, show them to you guys before I talk, but I'm going to talk, and then when they come up, I'll introduce them to all of you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. 10 years from now, we'll give it back to you.
So first, I want to just say how grateful I am to have each and every one of you here. Especially so my campaign manager, who made all of this possible. Linda Freeman, please stand up. that stayed up late nights worrying about my campaign so I could sleep at night instead. She's the one that knocked every single one of those doors and said, please vote for Susan Pa because of how great she was. And she probably made up a whole bunch of stories about me, about how great I was to get people to like me. But thank you so much, Glenda, for everything. Again, I could not have won this seat without you. And since my kids are up here, let's introduce them.
Where's Neng?
So first I've got my oldest son, YK, and his wife, Charlene. I've got my oldest daughter, Caitlin, with my youngest daughter, Sienna. This is a little one here. And then my middle daughter, Madison. And my youngest son, Vincent. I want to quickly just say, kids, thank you so much for everything that you guys have gone through with me. This was a very long journey and a lot of work, but each and every single one of you was on this journey with me, and you were willing to share me with the entire community. I know there was lots of nights when I wasn't home to be a mom, but you guys knew the important work I was trying to get done, and you understood. And so thank you for sharing me with other people. Just remember that you guys are always still my #1 priority, no matter what. You are the light of my life. You're my heart, and I love you guys all so much. YK, I just want to say to you and Charlene, thank you for being there for me, helping me with all the younger kids. Charlene, you the same. With this little one, if it wasn't for these two helping me to babysit, I wouldn't be able to do the work that I do. And I'm so proud to say that I am going to be a grandma in August. It's going to be my first grandbaby. So thank you for blessing me with a grandchild. My daughter, Caitlin, is such a beautiful, compassionate, kind daughter who just lights up the room when she comes in. Many of you guys know her, and you guys know how she is. She's hard to handle. Bonnie knows this. My daughter, Madison, is someone who's quiet, but she's a lot like me in so many ways. Probably the one kid that's most like me. And she's kind and she's caring. She always checks up on me and say, Mom, how are you doing? Thank you, sweetie. And then my Vincent here, he's no longer the baby. He was a baby for a very long time, and now we've got a baby, but thank you, Vincent. Thank you for sharing me with a new addition to our family and to the community. All right, kids, you guys can go down. Just me and Dad up here. So I'd like to just say a few words of thanks to my husband who has always stood beside me. I could not have asked for a better partner in life, and and you know, he was, I'll just share a little bit about our love story here. When we got together, we were very, very young, but I knew he was the one for me. And there were nights where I thought, God, if you just give me this handsome, great man, I promise I will never ask for anything else in life. And I got granted that wish. And so every day since then, I've been holding on tight to him. But thank you, honey, for all your support. Because I could not have gone through this journey, could not have gotten here without him. Many of you guys, all of you actually know him. So you know what a great guy he is. Thank you, honey. Okay. Yes, let's give him applause. I want to thank my parents who, my mom and my dad who taught me kindness compassion. They gave me good ethics, good work ethics too, and the value of what family means. So I'm going to say that in Hmong because my mom doesn't know English too well. But na ha zi wo chong do me zo get lu ha zo get chao. Me ya o tu wo gao do gu ha tu kha gu da. Lu tu ne pam tu ne ha wo tu ne shat lo sha zhong shat la. Wo chong do me o tu wo na wo zi me zo get chao nu no gu cha le zhong me no ha nu no gu cha le lu o tu nu no wo chong do me o tu wo na wo zi na. Let's give him applause. And then I want to thank all my brothers and my sisters who was up here. Thank you so much. Many of them traveled all the way from California to be with us. And it was, I know it was rough for them to take time off to come, but they did. I want to thank all my Pa family on my husband's side, my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, go to Nepal na. Go mo auto Nepal, that she ito to chi lai vi tenu mo mo la that she go talk go Nepal ka sha. Banto. Give her applause. Ba, wa chong ro ka na. 一直不透过有那这那了，他那弄那给个我怕个一路过。 ก็ยังเคกูมันเอาขายช่องซื้อก็ยังหัวเราทุเรศตัวแต่กูยังอีตัวนี้ช่องชับเลยช่องกูไปช่องอะไรก็หายเลยนะแต่ชีก็ยังหัวเลยแต่เก็บว่าเรากูช่องเสียกูเรากูจีนให้ซะว่าตัวนี้ช่องตัวก็ว่าช่องเราก็พออยาก thank you to my mother-in-law who has always been such a great support. My family-in-law has been just the best family you can marry into. Starting with my two mother-in-laws and then all my brothers, brother-in-laws, sisters, sister-in-laws. They have been just the best when it comes to anything that we needed throughout life, whether it was early stages of our marriage all the way up to right now. And I always say to my husband, that the other great part about being married to you is the fact that you have this really great and wonderful family who I love. So if you, not that I don't ever want to marry you, because I always will, but if you ever don't want to marry me, I'm still staying with your family. So, I'm not leaving, okay? I've got a good family, I'm not leaving. So, ở chỗ đó tên thọ của chị nâng mong phá, một đôi cho cửa cho ti, cho những ti thế nên sợ, một đôi cho mùa, cho giờ gì, nên số tù nè, ở chỗ đó nên cho kỹ, lúc tiết cho kỹ ba. Của chị hay á chị á. So, and then, của sao ở chỗ đó bây chị mong lâu, bắt thà giống tù cái sở chế, cái nhớ họ từng là. Ok, bắt thà giống tù nè, thế này bắt thà đi ống sợ. Của chị nên mong lâu vậy, ý chị thằng lúc cũng chấp lời nè, bây chị mong lâu mong phá gì xin lúc tông tế hẳn lò đi lời, bây giờ tiện lò đi lời. Vì nó nào mù là bây chị nó xin lúc, thì vì thế có ở tù bắt thà thế này bắt thà có ý tông nó ngạc lúc, bây chị mong phá. Cái gì chú bây là gì xe trong bằng cái, ở chỗ đó này ở tù bắt thà thế này bắt thà. Cú là kia lúc campaign nó, có work up fundraiser cho cú. Một thọ thì nó cứ tiếp phong thì dự cứ tin năng trả thì xí tòa bát sâu ở chỗ đó này ở mình ra kỹ, lúc thế ra kỹ sâu nằm hả. And then I'm saving the best for last because I've got gifts for them. So, just so you guys know, after I'm done, we're going to move quickly after this. So, bear with me. I've got my wonderful campaign team who is here. I would like for all of my campaign team members for you to come up here. And I'm going to go, if you don't come up, I'm going to start calling your name. I'm going to start calling it while you come up here, okay? This is my core team members first, okay? So first I've got my campaign manager, Linda Freeman. Bonnie Jude, who is our senior strategy advisor. I've got my daughter-in-law, Charlene Vang, who was my treasurer. Chua Cheng, who was our digital marketing director. John Wexler, you're here. He worked a lot of our coordinated campaign. Chris Lawrence Anderson, who did all of our field and canvassing. Council member, I should say. Bernie Vang, who is our fundraising director. CZ Goya, who was our political director. Jesse Winkler, who was our social media and ad manager. Mary Marquardt, is she here? Okay, come on up. Jean she couldn't make it, okay. Lou Tao, who was our community outreach director. Shane Talberg, who was our business outreach manager. Julia McLean, who was our apartment manager. Caitlin Paul, who actually is my daughter, but she did all the youth managing and engagement. So Caitlin, come on up here. Jessica, who did all the photos and videos for her, okay. And then I've got Bakan Tung Chok Ha, who organized a lot of our Hmong phone banks. My older brother, former Bakan Paul Pa, who also did a lot of our Hmong outreach. Please come up here. Bakan Hu Ju, who did a lot of our GOTV, stood out there a whole day holding signs over and over again. And I told him to eat, but he said, no, I'd rather be out here because every single vote's gonna count. So Bakan Hu Ju, you come up here.